Hi there, I'm Miles Peterson, and you guys are watching the 3D Engineer. Here I am today presenting you guys with another miniature siren overview and test video. This is a miniature siren that I have been hiding for months now, and I'm very excited to show you what I have here. If you didn't know already, this is my 1:8 scale miniature Federal Signal 500-DHTT Siren. This is a fully functional replica of the Federal Signal 500-DHTT Siren that is completely functional in 8th scale and has a functioning rotator, both the 8 and 12 port sides of the siren, and many other features, but we'll get into those later into the video. For those interested, 3D files for this siren are available to download and 3D print for yourselves on Tinkercad. Link in the description. Now, please make sure that you actually remix the Tinkercad project instead of just hitting download, because the only way to access the notes and to download each part individually is by remixing the project. The notes inside the Tinkercad project also provide instructions on how to print each part, which is very important if you want to get them looking as good as this. And the notes also include links to parts that you need to buy to actually build the siren. And with all that said, let's get into an overview and test of the siren. Alright, we're now up close, so that way we can do a quick overview of the siren before we get right into the test. For those who aren't building this siren, I would recommend honestly skipping this part of the video unless you're interested, of course, since this portion of the video is really intended for those who have any questions regarding this siren and, of course, how it's built. But so anyway, let's get into the overview. Right here you can see, I mean, you can immediately notice that this thing is quite small, and you're right, it is small, and that's because it's 8th scale. It's 8 times smaller than the real thing. Now, I probably could have made this thing bigger, but honestly, it wouldn't match well with my other sirens that are 8th scale, and the componentry would also have to be quite different if this were any bigger. And this is honestly just a really neat scale to put this siren at, and it really shows how big actual DHTTs are, because, I mean, look at this thing. It's pretty big. Here's my 8th scale SD10 compared to the DHTT, and here's a Model 5. What's neat about these sirens is that they all share something in common. The SD10 here has your typical 18-inch rotor, of course. Actually, all of these have 18-inch rotors. That's what they have in common. And I'm pretty sure that the 500-DHTT actually reuses the SD10's cones to some extent. When I was modeling the DHTT, I wanted to see how just similar in size the SD10's cones were, and they were basically the same size. I did have to fit them to the rotors, you know, so they wouldn't smack into the stators there, but with very, very slight modifications, they fit. So that does go to show that they're very, very similar, and they very well could have been the same part when they were produced. Alright, putting the SD10 aside there, we can also see some similarities with the Model 5, apart from having an 18-inch rotor. Alright, I already have the housing on here, but this is a 12-port Model 5, and Model 5s also came in 8-port single-tone as well. This one here is 12-port single-tone. So you can see here with the DHTT, here's the 8-port side. That is literally the 8-port variant of the Model 5. That's the same rotor and stator assembly it uses, just made to fit this siren. Same with the 12-port here. This literally uses the same 12-port rotor and stator as the Model 5 here. Although you can't see it, but I assure you they're the same. You can see there, you can see it's 12-port, obviously, but you can see the 4 long vanes there, which gives this siren a 4-port undertone. Same with the 8-port end here. You can see we have 4 long vanes, 4 short ones, and that gives it a 4-port undertone, which is a little noticeable when this siren operates. A thing I'd also like to point out with this siren is that the 12-port intake is always, and this is true for any DHTT you'll ever find, like, in the field. The 12-port intake is always longer than the 8-port intake. And the reason for this is unknown, but I do have a few speculations. One of them being that, like, I don't know, when this thing rotates, you can look at the length of the intake and kind of immediately notice, oh, that's the 12-port side, or, oh, that's the 8-port end. Because, look, see, that's almost flush with the cone, and that sticks out quite a bit more. So, yeah, again, the reason why the 12-port intake is longer than the 8-port intake is not entirely known, but it is a detail I did want to capture when I was building this, or designing this model, and I'm quite glad I added that, because some people would probably call me out on that. But yeah, it's a known thing with the DHTT. I thought it'd be interesting to point out. Inside here, I don't have a photo, but you can check out the Tinkercad project. We have a 390 DC motor, and it has loosened brushes, which improve the wind down. Now, doing that is optional, but I would personally highly recommend going out of your way to do that because it makes this thing wind down for, I'd say, 5 to 8 more seconds. It adds quite a bit of wind down time. The rotors are also weighted. There's a 2-inch fender washer at the bottom of each rotor. There are 2 rotors, so there's 2 weights. So yeah, that also contributes to the wind down as well. Now, as for the rotator, I already have this siren completed, so I really don't want to take apart the rotator, but I will have a picture on screen that shows what the inside of the rotator looks like, and how it works is a little complicated, but if you follow the Tinkercad project, it really helps guide you on how to build it. Basically, there's a gear motor inside of there that is screwed and glued to a plate in the middle here. That gear motor then turns a small gear, which then drives a big gear, which eventually goes up to the top of the siren where it actually rotates through a set of slip rings, or collector rings, if you will, which allows the siren to spin freely without wires getting tangled up. But yeah, we can't see much of the rotator now, but I tried my best to explain it and try to show the insides. Here is where power goes in. Now, I probably could have made this siren USB powered, and I might even do that in the future, but as for these prototypes that I'm making now, the siren's still technically kind of a prototype. This plugs in with a DC barrel jack. So any adapter like this one right here, this one just happens to be 24 volts and 1 amp. This one works great for this siren. 12 volt also works. I found that 12 volt 1 amp does not work because 1 amp at 12 volts, for some reason, isn't enough to get the siren started. You can kind of see the rotors move like this, and you can see the motor trying, but it doesn't have enough amps to actually get it going. So 12 volts 2 amps, on the other hand, does work. So you'll have to find an adapter that likes to run the motor on this siren, because it's a little picky in terms of power. But yes, that is how this siren is operated, plugs in with a DC adapter. So yes, I think that's a pretty decent overview of this siren. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments below in this video, and I will respond promptly. Also, if you're building the siren for yourself, and you come across any issues during the assembly, please let me know, and I'll also try to help with that. Alright, now let's get to testing this thing finally. Alright, we have our Mini DHTT plugged in and connected to power. I will be running it in alert, a short attack, and maybe something else fun from there. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that this siren is 812 port and directional, so it's really efficient at beaming the different pitches around as it rotates, which I think it's called wavering, so you'll hear that, you'll notice that a lot as it is rotating. And I know this siren is dual tone, and it is quite small, but since it has its own single tone rotors and stators that work together to make this siren dual tone, it's very loud. You don't really have the problem of the sounds clashing, which a traditional dual-tone siren has, which makes them quieter than single-tone ones. This siren doesn't really have that as much because it has its own single-tone rotors and stators that work together. And to prove the fact that this thing really is that loud, I will have the decibel reader here to measure the output of the siren up close. Alright, now let's do a quick alert. Attack. Alright, now here's that fun signal I was talking about. Here's a fast wail. I love this thing. Well, there you guys have it. A dedicated overview and test video featuring my new miniature siren, the Miniature Federal Signal 500 DHTT. Again, if you guys have any questions regarding the siren, especially during the build process, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to help you out. Also, for some quick, frequently asked questions, I've gotten a lot of questions of people asking me whether or not I'm going to make a 500 SHTT, you know, other sirens in the 500 series of sirens by Federal Signal. And to answer that question, not currently. I'm hoping to have the DHTT to be my only 500 series siren for now, but that is all subject to change. I'm currently figuring out how to make gear reducers like this work and such, and if I can make that and have any success with that, there is a small possibility of me making the other 500 series of sirens as well as other sirens that use gear reducers like penetrators. No guarantees here, but that is something I would like to bring up. Another question is, will I be selling 500 DHTTs? Again, not currently, but there is a small possibility that as I grow into my business more in the future, that I can offer these to people who don't have 3D printers. I am also taking orders on my website, the 3D Engineer Mini Sirens, which can be found at the3dengineer.net. Don't expect there to always be a stock. Right now there's not currently a stock as I am filming this video, but there should be one very soon, which are some of these sirens behind me right now. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you watch this video to the end. I'm Miles Peterson, and you guys stay creative.